I don't even know how to start this video. I did something and I want to talk to you about it. So welcome to a Shelly story time. Welcome to Shelly Saves the Day. Typically on this channel, I am making videos all about how to do YouTube, how to do video editing so that you can share what you love with the world. Today is a completely different video. I'm sure you saw it in the title. And I'm talking to you today about how I quit my job and the stages and feelings that I went through and, just everything kind of associated with that. First of all, this is a personal decision for everyone when you're deciding to quit your job and decide that maybe you're ready to move on to a new thing or the reasons why. So I am not trying to sit here and say that you should quit your job, but I just want to share with you some of the feelings and stages that I went through and the reasons why I quit my job and what that means for me in my life now. So first of all, I want to make it very clear that I really liked the people that I work with, and none of them watch my videos. That's totally fine. But hey guys, how's it going? Miss you all. And it wasn't that I had any big beef with any of my coworkers where I was like, oh, screw this. I don't want to come in on a Monday because, X person is there. It was not like that. In fact, we had a lot of freedom sometimes to work from home or, just kind of get your stuff done. So it was always like a really nice thing. We would celebrate when like everyone was in the office at the same time because it was so rare because it was a larger team. And so it wasn't always that common that everyone was in the office at the same time. So we actually enjoyed hanging out together. We would have like monthly lunches together. If someone was leaving or joining the team, we would usually take them out to lunch. So I want to be very clear. It wasn't that I had any kind of issues with my boss, with my coworkers. It was not that at all. I really enjoyed working with all those people. In fact, I will say that working with them and that team in particular is probably why I stayed at the company for so long, because prior to joining that team, I'd had an experience with a different team. It hadn't gone as well, and I was considering leaving the company altogether, and it just happened to work out that I joined this team, and then I stayed with them for like almost 3 years. So I was at this company for over 3 years, and so I also want to make point number 2 that it wasn't that I was bad at my job, and that's not the reason why I left. In fact, I did a really good job while I was there. I changed processes, I increased efficiency. Like I really tried to do my best to put in good effort. And I know it's always one of those things where you feel like maybe you're not making contributions and because your team is brilliant, but then when other people recognize that the things that you're doing are making a difference in the way that they work and their lives, that always really felt good. And I would have those moments and be like, oh, okay, maybe I am doing a good job and I know what I'm doing. And I even went through a promotion process, and before I left I was even maybe considering going up for another promotion. So it wasn't that I was bad at my job, and it wasn't one of those where I'm on a performance plan and they're trying to get rid of me, and it wasn't like that at all. So I just want to make that clear. It's not like I was running away from this job because I thought I was gonna get fired. It was nothing like that. And another reason why I stayed probably for as long as I did, it was good money. And when you work in corporate and you're doing that whole thing, a lot of these companies that you're going to work for in the fields that I did, you're going to make good money. Like you're going to make 6 figures basically. And I was in that position, so there's a lot of fear in leaving the comfort and security of a job that pays out like that into doing anything else, So that is definitely something that kept me in my head thinking like, do you really want to try and go anywhere? Because there's always this fear of, what if you can't find another job that pays as well? What if you can't find another job that you like? What if you find another job where you hate all the people? So there were a lot of those questions that I had, and it was a lot of fear that I had running through my head. And I really had to stop one day and actually just say, is what you're doing now what you envision doing that makes you happy? Or can you see yourself doing this for the next 15, 20, 30 years? And the truth is, I could have done that job for a lot longer, and that wasn't the problem, but I don't think that I would have felt as fulfilled as wanting to do the stuff that I want to do, really, which in my heart of hearts, even though I don't always tell people, is I want to be helping people become creators. I want to coach them into being able to grow their business by using the power of social media if that's how they want to do it. So those are the things that really drive me, and especially motivating and helping women, because I feel like there aren't enough, women helping women. We're pitted against each other, were sometimes talked down to, mansplained about how to do anything. And I don't want to do that to people. I just want them to feel empowered and remove any obstacle, barrier, or excuse, which is really what it is, about why they can't have a YouTube channel, about why they can't have a business. And in truth, it started to feel like a little hypocritical of me being like, you can do this and you could be a coach and you could be online and you should be growing your business. When in reality, I wasn't doing those things myself. So it's a classic case of telling other people to do this stuff and then not doing it for myself. And I had to take a look at myself and be like, what really drives and motivates you is helping women become creators. So you need to go do that. And I was like, yes, I do. Light bulb moment, right? And then one other reason why I did leave, I don't want to get too much into the money logistics of it, but at this particular company that I was at, they do a lot with, stocks. And basically I was going to come up to a period where the initial stocks that I'd gotten from being signed on at the very beginning were going to run out. So my pay was actually going to go down by about 50%. And so I asked myself the question, do you want to keep doing the same job for half of the money? Or would you rather maybe look at other options that fulfill you more, where you can make the same or a little bit less money? And it was kind of one of those moments where I was like, wow, if I am going to go down to, a lower paycheck, maybe I should be doing it. And, that's some of the reason why you stay is because you're like, oh, I'm making so much money. And then you're like, oh, but I'm not happy and fulfilled, or I don't have time to do the things that fulfill me as much as I want to and my heart of hearts do. And so then you're like, okay, well, it's like the universe telling you, okay, well, if we take away most of your money, do you still want to do the same job? And I was like, honestly, maybe I really want to take a chance on myself and maybe pursue the things that I want. And so that's what I'm doing. And it came with some risk and some feelings of fear. And I'm definitely, nervous about what does the future look like, because you go to school and then you get a job and you go, get another job, and it's very structured and scheduled for the most part. And so now I've even done some steps to kind of keep the structure and schedule in there, just like when you maybe join a gym and you're paying for a gym membership and, you may or may not go, but just knowing that you're paying makes you more motivated to want to go. So this was kind of the same thing. I got basically a office space in kind of like a WeWork, but it's kind of a membership club thing where they also have some other perks and benefits. And I'm like, if I'm going to be paying this much money, because it's not a little bit of money, it's, for me, it's like a kind of a fairly expensive thing. Like, if I'm paying this much money, then maybe it's going to motivate me to make sure I get there at a certain time and do my work and get out of the house and get out of my pajamas, which I'm wearing on my bottom half right now. Insider secret. So I felt like doing that, one, I felt it was like, okay, it's a good write-off for your business. And, if you're going to meet clients, you can do that and you have a place to do it. And you're not inviting people, to a Starbucks or to, your house or something crazy like that. And so I thought, okay, this makes sense for me. And, you may be in a situation like that as well. And I just want to talk about a few of the feelings that you may have if you're in a situation like me, and I'm only like 1 week out, but I have feelings, okay, people, I have feelings. So, I felt guilty trying to turn in my notice and actually letting people know that I was going to be leaving. I felt empowered and excited that I was finally going to be doing something most closely related to myself, because I even considered going to a competitor company and taking a contract position which paid fairly well, but was going to be more time than I was probably spending in my old job, which gave me even less time to pursue my own dreams. So there's this happiness that comes when you're like, oh, it's Monday morning and I don't have to get up and get ready for work and have a 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. meeting or a 9 p.m. meeting, whatever it is. And there's also this feeling of oh my gosh, I'm home all day, but I don't have anyone to talk to. Who am I supposed to talk to? Or, there's just this you're just kind of a little bit lonely. So if you're a full-time creator and you're 2-3 years into this, and you never leave your house, then it's going to be harder for you to want to leave the house sometimes and be motivated to go out and meet people and network with them and everything. So just some weird feelings that I'm already starting to feel. And then, there's all this regret and fear. If this doesn't work, then I'm not going to be able to find another job, or if I find a job, it's not going to be one that pays as well. And all of this is just rolling around inside your head, but I'm taking a leap and I'm taking a chance and I'm doing what I want. So I'm going to be I've been talking for a year about creating my e-course on editing. I'm finally going to be putting that together. I'm going to be working with more coaching clients on one-to-one with their YouTube channels and how to grow their own businesses and leads and email lists with using social media. So I'm super excited to work with more people and really just share the things that I've learned over the last few years of being on YouTube and helping them grow, and just be really excited about using, YouTube and online video and all of the social media sites to really help them go after their own dreams. You know what I mean? It's like Zig Ziglar would tell you, if you help other people, you help yourself. And it's so true, and I'm really excited about it. So I was raised to kind of believe that when you take a job, you stay there like till you retire. And that's what my father had done. That's what my mom had done. And there wasn't a lot of moving around in jobs. And so it was very almost feeling like, what do you mean you work so hard to get this corporate job and now you're going to leave after a few years? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? And so that was definitely some feelings that I had to grapple with and, just work through. But I'm still having, coming down from the euphoria, but still having those moments of like, oh my God, what did you do? Sorry. And yeah, but I think one of the biggest things that I was doing and preparing for my future as well, I waited until some of my stock payouts had happened. I waited until I had a very healthy amount in my savings so that I could basically live off that for almost an entire year and still be able to cover all of my bills. And so, yeah, I had to work to get to that point. And it's definitely something that I'm very, very proud of because I worked extremely hard for that money. So I'm really excited that I'm kind of thinking that my last job was my biggest investor in my new business. They don't know it, but they were a silent partner in funding what is going to be my business in the next year. So I am thankful, always thankful to my previous job for that. I don't have any hard feelings against the company, even though I could go in and tell you some stories about how my paychecks had been messed up for almost a year. And that's okay, but it eventually all got worked out. But I just always find it funny when stuff like that happens to people, and it's usually going to happen to me. And it did. All of this could fail. A lot of startup businesses do fail, and a lot of coaching, consulting type of businesses do fail because they don't get enough clients. They don't get enough, customers to work with. And I fully understand that. And it's not that I'm okay with it, but I'm okay with taking the chance to find out. And I think that the regret of not trying and really kind of betting on myself and believing in myself that I can do this, I think it would be way worse to just keep continuing to work at a job that I feel isn't where my passion and calling and best self could be utilized. And that regret that I feel for not taking the chance when I can, I think it would be almost like crippling, and you'd be one of those more bitter people than even if you tried at your dream and you failed. You know what I mean? Because you're still going to learn and you're still going to have these life lessons, but you have to try it. You have to be in the places. You have to, go about what you actually say you are about, and hopefully, put out into the universe good and it comes back as well. So, yeah, that is my long story time about how I quit my corporate job. And maybe if you're in the same boat, those are some of the feelings that you're going to be going through too. And just know it is going to be all right. And I believe in you. And thank you so much for your time in watching this video. I know it was a lot different than anything that's on my channel, so I appreciate you being here. I hope you guys are excited to kind of come along with me in the journey. I might make a couple more videos on things that I'm up to, or that kind of stuff, because I'm really super excited about all of this. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!